Hi, Doodles here. So I used to work at a thrift store and we'd get all kinds of stuff, and I happened to walk by the recycling bin and saw this bad boy in there. Now, me being a fan of the 90s decade and like studying the appearance, fashion, style, the haircuts, all that kind of jazz, I had a lot of fun pulling this thing out and looking through it during my lunch break. Now, I took a bunch of photos and something happened to my phone. I ended up being able to salvage the corrupt files and put it on my computer, but then my computer got messed up. So just a bunch of bad stuff happened, but I like to send my brother photos and stuff. So I had sent him these photos on Facebook, but of course the photos being pulled out of Messenger, they're not as high quality and crisp as they would have been on your phone, but this is what I have, and I'd like to go through it with you guys. Alright, so the first picture I got here, you can see kind of a bucket-esque hat, and the first thing I noticed is the baggy clothes, and obviously we're going to see a bunch of that. They're listing off a bunch of teenagers here. They show their ages, which is kind of interesting. They had all these articles and stuff too. But yeah, the baggy clothes and stuff. Let's see what we have next. Alright, right here we got the classic Curtains haircut. Very blunt, no layers, very mushroomish. We got the young lady there, who's also wearing very baggy pants. Would that be considered mom jeans? Maybe. They're kind of high-rise a bit. Let's see what we got next. Again, really baggy pants, baggy shirts. I see that woman over there kind of has kind of like a blunt cut, which was hot in the 90s. Again, with the big pants, big baggy pants. Yeah, maybe that's mom jeans-esque. Exposed midsection was very popular in the 90s. If we could see the exposed midsection a little bit there. Okay, we got a few photos of a bunch of people. Again, baggy clothes. I do see some flannel. Now, flannel was very popular in the early 90s to mid-90s. So this is 1996. This is kind of mid-90s. As it got to the later 90s, I think flannel was less of the huge trend, especially that grunge was basically over by then. But yeah, you can see some flannel there. Let's see what's next. Okay, again, some baggy clothes. See at least 3 guys with a Curtains haircut. The light's kind of messed up there. I see an undercut. The guy has like a top knot ponytail. The undercut was popular in the 90s as well. I'm seeing more flannel. Yeah, and some more baggy clothes. Let's see what's next. That paperboy hat, I'm sure there's another name for it, I just forget now, but that was also popular in the 90s for a while there. That paperboy type of hat and wearing it backwards. Okay, let's see what's next. Oh, we have a group of girls here. It's kind of hard to see what they're wearing. Shorter haircuts was also kind of a thing that women were experimenting with in the 90s. They were doing it in the 80s too, but the 90s had its own versions. Interestingly enough, I see a woman with kind of an alternative, almost goth style. So this might be, although it might be as a part of the 90s trend, this would probably be a little bit more of something this girl is doing on her own, potentially. Not to say that not all of it has something to do with the 90s trend, but she definitely has her very own unique look here. Plaid skirts, which you could see in the 90s. Plaid was just such a huge thing. Dude with super baggy pants, again. Baggy clothes. Let's see what's next here. I'm getting close up with people's faces and stuff. That guy, you can see parted hair. I've talked about that in other videos. Just having parted hair was big in the 90s. I see striped shirts. Striped shirts was pretty big in the 90s too. We don't really see stripes all that much these days. I do think it's starting to make a comeback. You can see plaid again, flannel, on Jameer who was 17 years old. Again with the big pants, and you have the blunt bob, which again was popular in the 90s. We've got the big fur coat here. I don't know if that's exclusive to the 90s or not, but just a girl in a big fur coat. Right here we have ear piercings, which was huge in the 90s, and flannel again. So I guess flannel was still hot by 96. And he's got the curtains haircut, and this girl, her hair basically looks like a curtains haircut, or just a very short bob. Yeah, with an alternative look. Now this picture, it's kind of hard to, it's not really much to talk about here. You got people in some uniforms, and long hair on men was also popular in the 90s. Yeah, let's move on to the next one. Alright, there's a lot going on in this one. Again, you can see the baggy clothes, and there's flannel again. So I guess this is really showing me that flannel was still quite popular during the mid-90s here, 1996. Again, with the baggy clothes, we have the midriff, or crop top as they call it now, and high-rise jeans. So high-rise jeans was still a thing in 96. I do think as the 90s were coming to a close, that was quickly fading into kind of a low jeans for women, or low pants, especially with the midsection exposed, when they would try using that as a fashion statement, where they'd have more of the midsection exposed, especially with the lower pants. Yeah, and you see a group of guys with baggy clothes. You can see curtains hair. Daniel, who is 16, has the curtains haircut, middle part right there, and his buddy Jordan kind of looks like he has that short, more blunt looking haircut, which guys would wear back then. Again, look, we have the midriff belly top, or crop top as they call it these days, and again high-rise jeans, baggy jeans. This looks very 90s. Very 90s right here. Yeah, not really much to say again for this photo. Small glasses on the, I can see the woman with the glasses. Small glasses became popular in the late 90s, early 2000s, whereas if you go to the 80s, maybe earlier 90s, big glasses were the thing, and that kind of disappeared eventually. Next photo, we have Jason, who was 15. He's got the curtains haircut. It's hard to see the rest of his clothes, but it looks kind of baggy. But of course, we have the very, very 90s haircut. It kind of looks like an undercut. I can't really see the sides, but it looks really, really tight from what it looks like. Here's a close-up to one of the pictures I showed. Again, there is very baggy pants. You can see one of them has the curtains haircut. The rest of them just kind of have standard haircuts, it seems. And again, I want to talk about this in another video. These guys are 17, 18 years old, but I find that people looked older back then. And there's a big discussion over this, on why that is. Some people say it's just the clothes. I personally don't believe so. I think there's something like biological, or maybe like a nutrition thing. Something is different. People kind of had an older look at a younger age back then. Again, not much to say on this photo. You can see women in like an athletic dance wear type thing. Kind of a blunt looking type of hairstyle. Maybe an undercut over there with Jeff 18 playing, is that a bass? A classic bass. You can see a woman wearing kind of like these Converse shoes. Kurt Cobain wore that style of shoes. Perhaps that was a carry-on from the grunge look. We can see again a girl with an alternative look, so maybe there was a bit of a trend. Kind of looks like she has a combat-esque boots, or whatever kind of boots you want to call those. They're almost up to the knees there. She has the blunt bob haircut, which was popular in the 90s, like I've mentioned. Button-up shirts was something that was popular, growing in popularity in the late 90s. Into the 2000s, it was heavily... the button t-shirts was heavily something that people were wearing, and as you can see, this guy wearing that right there. Okay, we got a baggy clothes again. We got Kostas, who's 17 years old. Big baggy shirt. Kind of looks like there's a flannel shirt underneath, but maybe it's just the pattern. He's got the curtains haircut, and you can see Kelia. I hope I'm saying her name right. She has kind of that blunt bob hair as well. It's kind of hard to see the ladies at the bottom, but I see some striped shirts, which is very 90s. Alright, so I guess that's all the photos I had. To be honest, I think I had taken more, but, you know, technology has given me problems throughout the years, and things get corrupted and things go missing. And, but I thought that was really cool, and I thought I'd show you guys, seeing as a lot of you guys kind of like me exploring haircuts throughout the decades. I do enjoy looking at older photos, especially if it's the 90s. So I got my hands on this 17 magazine from 96, and hopefully you had fun looking at it with me. So we like to do all kinds of fun things on this channel. Sometimes we do some cartoons or just talk about anything like you just saw. Yeah, just a fun time. If you're interested in more content, please subscribe. It would mean a lot to us. Thanks.
Hey, thanks for watching.
Please hit subscribe for more fun videos.